Okay, good morning. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Thursday, April 16th. We're going to be going over today's news headlines. So if you're on here on Restream, we're happy to have you. So once again, we will be going over today's news headlines here on the on Restream today. So once again, we'll begin with our news headlines. Let's start. So let's see if everybody's coming in. We'll check everything out. So far, let's see. So far, we don't have Facebook. Nobody in Facebook yet. Let's go ahead. Everybody's on. All 5 networks are clear, so we're clear to go. Let's begin with our news headlines here. Okay, we're going to start with ESPN. Let's go ahead and switch that over. So let me see if I can switch it in. Okay, ESPN headlines up on the screen as we speak. You're seeing it on the screen. So if you're in here on Restream, you can see it. Let me get this switched over. All right, everything's in the screen, so we see you. So there it is. Okay, let's talk about what's going on in today's sports talk shows. Okay, switch this over right here, over to the side. Let's make this. Okay, why Michael Jordan scored a provenless that could be untouched. That was back on April 27th, 1997, when he scored 55 points against the Washington. So that was Chris Webber in the Washington Bullets. But he did score 55 points that day, so that's something. Look, I'll be honest with you, that to this day, it's just absolutely amazing that they didn't break this point. I mean, you're going to have some players that are going to break the point barrier that Michael Jordan did. Look at what happened with James Harden. James Harden had 58 points in one game. So it can be broken at any time. Don't get this false sense of security that these records will not be broken. They will be sooner or later. So this is from Kurt Goldsberry. You can reach him at ESPN. This is how they showed Michael Jordan's. This is a shot chart. They showed how many shots he missed. He missed 13. He made 22 shots in games. So that's the so norm right there. Let's see if I can hear you. So I look at it this way. If you're in here, so we're looking at it right now. So once again, this is from this is how Michael Jordan was shooting the ball. From the free throw line, he shot 50%. In the mid-range areas, he did shoot about 48, 51 around the three-point arc. This is where he was shooting his three-point lethal ability right there. He was lethal in these areas right here. That's one thing about it. But I'm going to tell you, this is just the tip of the iceberg right here, if you ask me. So, once again, this is from Kurt Goldsberry. You could read his article on ESPN.com. That's ESPN.com. Also, they're showing you his mid-range shooting from 1996 through 1997. So, also James Harden, the one I just talked about just about a second ago. So, the most mid-range buckets in the season, Michael Jordan had 671. Dirk Nowitzki had 546. Glenn Robinson had 506. Kobe Bryant 502. And then Dirk Nowitzki back in 2008 and 9 had 501 mid-range buckets in games. So that's the tip of the norms right there. That's just So this is an interesting article if I'm reading right now here on ESPN. So once again, you want to comment about this article, you can via the ESPN, via the Sportscaster, all the networks on Restream as well. You can comment if you're on Facebook, if you're on Periscope, you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, you can do that. You can read those articles. So once again, this is from Clip Goldsberry. You can reach him at ESPN. It's ESPN.com. So let's switch this over. Okay, and then the Last Dance will appear this Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central Time here in the Central Time Zone on ESPN, the ESPN networks. Let's begin with our... Okay, Michael Jordan recalls his final season. He talked to Robin Roberts. She's on she's on Good Morning America. So we'll play this video of Robin Roberts talking to Michael Jordan about this documentary called The Last Dance that will appear this Sunday. So let's go ahead and play this. We'll listen to this.
Michael, what do you remember most about that final year?
Well, it was a trying year. We all were trying to enjoy that year, knowing that it was coming to an end. I was hoping that, the beginning of the season, it basically started when Jerry Krause told Phil that, he can go 82-0 and he would never get the chance to come back. And, knowing that I married myself to him, obviously, and if he wasn't going to be a coach, then, obviously I wasn't going to play. So Phil started off the year by saying this is the last dance, and we played it that way. So mentally it just it tugged at you throughout the course of the year, but that this had to come to an end. But it also centered our focus to making sure we end it right. So, I mean, as sad as it sounded at the beginning of the year, we tried to rejoice and enjoy the year and finish it off the right way.
Yeah, once again, I'd say this about Michael Jordan. Look, this was the greatest play. This is the greatest play of all time we're talking about here. That's one thing about it. Look, I'm not trying to I'm trying to break bread with these people, with y'all here. Look, this is going to be a very good documentary coming out. So once again, this is from Tim Bontemps. You can reach him at ESPN. That's Tim Bontemps. You can reach him at ESPN.com. Let's see, we're on. So I'm gonna see if we're on Facebook. Check this. Oh, I'm gonna check the Facebook side. See if we're on Facebook. Well, we're gonna see if you're on Facebook too. So if you're in here, so once again, shoot. Oh, let's see, we're on Facebook too. We're on Facebook as well. Let me try to get it to the public. So we're also on Facebook. If you want to comment, Facebook people, you want to comment, we will be watching your comments as well. Here on Sportscast, on Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. So, see if I can hear myself. So if you can hear me. So I hear myself. So we'll switch this over. Okay, once again, this is, let's go ahead and switch this over. See if I can pull this out. So Okay, let's go ahead and go over some more headlines here on Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show. Let's pull this up. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, sources: top high school basketball player Jalen Green enters the NBA G League pathway, so that's what he's going to be doing. So he will go to the basketball league, the other developmental league the NBA has right now on site. So so this is from Jonathan Giavori. You can reach him at ESPN. That's ESPN.com. Um, so he will make that announcement on social media at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully we can get that announcement. We'll see if he comes up with it. We'll come back to ESPN. We'll get that announcement to you. We'll let you listen to it. So he is from he's a native of Fresno, California. He won a gold medal with the U.S. Team in the 5 under 17 and under 19 World Championships 2018-19. So he also is one of the front runners to become a #1 pick in the NBA draft. So most likely, Jalen Green will become he'll most likely will go to the G League. That's what is going to happen sooner or later. He most likely will go to the G League. So this is from Jonathan Giavori. That's Giavori. That's Givony. You can reach him at ESPN. That's ESPN.com. Okay, let's see what else we'll talk about here. Let's pull this up. Alexander Overcheck, Wayne Gretzky test score skills on video game. That's what they're doing during their off period during this pandemic. So I think, to be honest with you, yeah, I think what they're doing right now is absolutely. This is from Emily Kaplan. You can reach her at ESPN. That's ESPN.com. So so that's something right there. Alex Overcheck and Wayne Gretzky. So they're going to be on this these video games that they've been having on there. Look, I think it's an amazing thing what these players are doing to sharpen their skills and stuff like that. Because look, these are the real players that are in those video games that do put the video games out. So that put the people in the seats and the sales and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know why I keep hitting the wrong button. So once again, let's look at these. Okay, next guy we're looking at is Timmy Ah. If I'm saying your name right. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate everybody coming in here for Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer here on Sportscast, and also the 5 networks we are on now. So let's go ahead and continue with our sports topics here on the here on Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show. Caesar sets the Patriots at 8 wins, the lowest since 2003. This is from Ben Falkus. You can reach him at ESPN. So I'll look at it this way: if the Patriots does next Thursday's draft do excellent, I'll be honest with you, they most likely will go 9-7 at worst, or maybe 4-12. We don't know how it's going to go, how the NFL season is going to go this year. Hopefully we do have a season and stuff like that. So that's just the norm of the what's going to go on. So once again, this is from Ben. I'm going to scroll this down so you can see the whole article. If I got it, everything's on the screen. Caesar Sportsbooks released that their wins and playoffs for all 32 teams. They have the Patriots opening up at 8.5, which is lowest since 2003. I'm pretty sure it might be even lower than that. They might go 9, maybe 9-7, or maybe 8-8, or whatever. They might do that. We don't know. We don't know. They have to get a quarterback. They have to get a quarterback. Because look, if the Patriots don't get a quarterback, I'll be honest with you, their season most likely is going to be over before it starts. So, once again, this is from Ben Falkers. It's FAWKES. You can reach him at ESPN. That's ESPN.com. So, they have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens, the two highest at minus 1,800 and minus 1,100 for those two teams. So that those two teams most likely will have the highest win total in this 2020 campaign. So thanks for that follow, Tim. Triple A and 3 H's. So thanks for that follow. Also, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Redskins most likely will have 4-win total. They most likely will be, between those two teams, most likely will be, I say, between 4-12, or maybe worse than that. So, the Cleveland Browns, of all teams, they'll most likely have 8 wins this year. I'm pretty sure if they can get some significant upgrades to their team in the draft, I'm pretty sure they will most likely double that win total. I'd say between 9 wins for them. Hopefully, that because last year they finished 6-10. The Cleveland Browns, they finished 6-10 last season. So that's something you got to put your hat on. So once again, this is from ESPN.com. You go to ESPN.com. Okay, let's go ahead and go over some more news headlines. WWE news. Okay, WWE lost the announcer legend. Howard Finkel dies at 69 years old. He was the icon legend with the WWE. He started back in 1977 with the WWF. That's what it was, World Wrestling Federation back then. They had to change their name due to some problems with the organization that is currently under that name, called WWF. It's called Wildlife Federation, I think that is, but they had to change their name because of the that situation. When WWE was established in the 1980s, Finkel was the first and long-serving employee. His voice was heard time and time again on WWE broadcasts and pay-per-views since the 2000s. So I'll be honest with you, he had a very long career. He also had he was also famous for the WrestleMania back in 1985. He served all the way to 2016. So I'll be honest with you, look, WWE lost a legend. Just like Mean Gene Okerlund. Look, Mean Gene Okerlund's another legend in the wrestling industry. So, once again, our thoughts and condolences go out to Howard Finkel's family in their time of need. So please keep them in your thoughts when you go to when you're with your families tonight and stuff like that. And please, this is the Twitters that they're talking about. Hulk Hogan chimed in. Howard Finkel was Team Hogan. That's what he's talking about. Also, Tommy Dreamer, he was on ECW and all the wrestling promotions, um, chiming in as well. This is his quotes. Also, he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame back in 2009. Um, so that's something right there to look at. So once again, Howell Finkel passes away at 69 years old. Let's go ahead and go over some more news headlines here. And we will switch this over. Switch this in. Okay. PGA Tour reverses schedule. Target date will be June 11th return at the Charles Schwab Challenge. That's what they're reversing their dates for to start up their tournaments. So I think it's once again a step in the right direction. Hopefully we can get sports back, but with all the people doing what they have to do and stuff like that. So it will be scheduled for June 11th through 14th. There are 28 events over the 25-week period, so that's something right there to look forward to when it comes back. I know a lot of people miss a lot of sports here on the sportscaster side. We do all our play-by-play guys, all our sports talk guys here. We do miss a lot of the sports, and that's what we that's why we're here on this platform to inform and to entertain people here. That's what we do. So once again, this is from ESPN.com. This is from Bob Hayrig. You can reach him at ESPN.com. It's ESPN.com. So let's see what else we'll discuss. Okay, Tua Tagovailoa could determine the future of the NFL lefty quarterbacks. Yeah, you remember Steve Young? That was one of the lefty quarterbacks that threw left-handed. So he's not going to be the only one that's going to be that's going to impact the NFL big time. So that's going to be the biggest key right there. So I look at it this way. Look, if they do draft him, he's going to probably go to either the Dolphins or one of those teams that's going to need a prolific quarterback like this young man was with Alabama. So once again, this is from ESPN. Kevin Van Volkenberg. So I'm saying his name right. You can reach him. He just wrote this article about this about Tua Tagovailoa. So so it's a very long article. It's a very long piece, but it's an interesting piece that he wrote. So once again, this is from ESPN, ESPN.com. You go to ESPN.com. So let's go ahead and switch this over. Okay, let's go over to some more articles here on Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show. Okay, Mel Kiper Jr.'s scouting report from 2000s. NFL draft, Mel Kiper's pre-draft grades and rankings. That's what he's talking about. Mel Kiper put it in this morning at 5:25 Central Time. I would, like I said, I strongly recommend if you what football analysis. He can give you all that football analysis right there, in Mel Kiper. So he tells you a lot of who's going to go here, who's going to go where, who's going to go. So let's go ahead and go over these. 20 years ago, they drafted Tom Brady. That was back in the 2000 season. He came out fifth round grade, so he's a fifth round grade. So he came in on the NFL draft. That was one of the combinations right there. So if you want to comment about this article, anyone from sportscaster to Twitch, you can comment anytime. We're watching you right now. So that's okay. We'll go over some more headlines. So let's switch it over. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is from Wright Thomason. Kershaw. Hi. What's going on, Fox 87? If he's not on Sportscaster, I see him. I'm watching him right there. Okay, Clay Kershaw waits for baseball to return. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back on all 5 networks now: Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, and Sportscaster. So we're on Sportscaster too. So all 5. So make sure he doesn't. No buffering. Yeah. So it's no buffering. We're using this. So instead of using that other one, the webcam, it's just I couldn't get the audio running on it yesterday, so we just had to run it on here. So what you think about this Clayton Kershaw? If he's in there, Fox. I don't know if he's listening. Fox, you can hear me? You can see my face? Yeah, the audio was sloppy. I couldn't get nothing on, so we have to run it on OBS now. We have to run everything on OBS. So, all right. Oh. This is what he's talking about. It's Clayton Kershaw. He's waiting for the baseball to return. So once baseball returns, he can. This is a nice little article by Wright Thomason. I have it on the screen right now. You can. I'll put it on the screen. I'll put the video on the screen. You can hear it. So let me go ahead and set it up. See if we can hear it.
Clayton Kershaw is 32 years and nearly a month old, with 12 major league seasons under his belt. If you count the playoffs, he has compiled more than 2,400 innings. I say all this to help illustrate what is obvious. That Clayton Kershaw, the most dominant pitcher of his era, is a lot closer to the end than he is to the beginning, still in search of that elusive World Series championship that would make his Hall of Fame career complete. Now, unfortunately, Kershaw is known almost as much for his postseason shortcomings as he is for his regular season dominance. Each passing day without baseball is simply a missed opportunity for Kershaw to flip that narrative. And if the coronavirus pandemic ends up wiping out the 2020 baseball season, Kershaw will merely be a year older, with only a year remaining on his contract, and without the opportunity to capitalize on what might have been the greatest Dodger team of his career. Now look, there are an assortment of reasons for why we all want baseball back. Seeing Kershaw have another chance to win it all, heck, seeing Kershaw pitch a little bit more, should be chief among them.
So, like I said, look, everybody's waiting for baseball to come back. Look, everyone, and I mean everyone, everybody that does play-by-play from sportscaster on down is waiting for baseball to come back. Because look, this is a job we do here on these platforms. So this is a very long piece. You can follow Wright Thomason at ESPN. That's ESPN.com. This is what they're talking about. This is the article we're showing you on the screen. So if you're interested in Clayton Kershaw talk, you can talk to me on here on Sportscaster and also the 5 networks as well. You can send me your comments. Very important. Also, we have the Skype on. If you want to talk to me on Skype, Skype is the Skype address is on in the chat room. You can click on and you can join the conversation. You can talk to me via the video chat. So hopefully we can get it running. We'll make sure you come in a yeah, I think so. I absolutely think so, Fox. I absolutely think so. We're not going to have fans in the stands right now. It's kind of way premature to have fans in the stands. So once again, it's a very long article. Let me get this off the screen. Once again, this is from ESPN, ESPN articles. Let me go over to some local news sources right now. We'll switch this over and we'll get this into the screen. We can show you a little bit more. Let me pull it over to y'all. Y'all can see it. Let me know. Yeah, it will be fun. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay, this is what we're talking about. Locally. Okay, this is from Christian Clark. Let me see if you can see the full article. Let me pull this in so you can see it. There we go. If I see it, there it is. If you can see it, let me know. You can see the article. Let me know, please. Anybody? Because we need because there's a low distance between. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Yeah. Yeah, it's Fauci. Yeah. There is a way of bringing sports back in 2020, Dr. Fauci says. Here's how. That's what he's going to talk about. He's the leading disease expert in the country with the coronavirus task force, believes that sports could be back later this year. In an interview on the Snapchat show Good Luck America, Fauci told Pete Hamburg, that's Hamby, he could see NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball coming back sooner, but not with in front of crowds. That's what he's talking about in this article. So I look at it this way. If we do bring back sports, it's gonna be entirely different now. It's going to be entirely different in these situations. If you ask me, it's going to be entirely different. We're not going to have as many as fans as they want. So. Just like here in the city of New Orleans, I'm talking about right here in the city of New Orleans. Yeah, what a shame. Yes, it's a shame. Yes, it is. It is a shame, Fox. But that's the new world we live in now. That's the new world we live in. So once again, if you want to comment about this article here on this here on Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show, you can. We're welcome your comments anytime. We know, yeah, it's sad, absolutely. I see what you mean on Fox 87. Let's see how Facebook's doing. We'll look at the Facebook side and see how the Facebook side is doing. Nobody didn't come in yet. So, once again, this is from Christian Clark. You can reach him at The Advocate / Times Picayune. That's The Advocate / Times Picayune. Switch this over. And we will talk NFL draft next week. Saints. Okay. Who will, let's pull this up. I think it's a little into the screen. I will pull it into my screen. Okay. Who will the Saints draft? See our predictions. That's what they're talking about. If you're in here, we're talking about the Saints NFL draft. So if you're in here, what do you think if the Saints will go with? If you're in here, if you're a Saints fan, I think they should go with first. I think they need to go get another lineman. That's what they're going to need, another lineman. I mean, because they did pretty well in the free agency period. So I think if we go get a lineman or we go get a linebacker or whatever, then so be it. That's what that's going to be the norm right there. So let's see if you can see me. So I look at it this way. This is going to be the mock draft. So we will go over the mock draft later on. We will go over rounds 4 through 7. So we'll be on tonight again. They will pick Joe Burrow, Chase Young. 3rd round will be Jeffrey Okador. Isaiah Simmons, that's another guy that will be picked. This is the selections right here that the first round, the Saints, right now, most likely, it's got a question mark on that. Saints will, so that would be what the 24 players that they're going to be picking in this draft. So they got to, would you vote? This is what they're talking about right here. So I think, to tell you the truth, like if we, we'll come out of this draft with some players. We'll come out of this draft. So, once again, this is from Luke Johnson. You can reach Luke Johnson at NOLA.com. That's NOLA.com. Okay, let's see. How do Derek Stingley Jr. and DeColby Stevens fit into Bo Pelini's defense? I think they're going to fit in pretty well with Bo Pelini's defense, to say the truth. So I think he most likely, those two guys will most likely fit in. Absolutely fit in. Because look, Bo Pelini's coming back. Dave Aranda is gone. Bo Pelini is back on the scene. So it's going to be a new entirely defense this year for LSU. So you can bet your bottom dollar on it. That it's not going to be the same thing that Dave Aranda ran. So I think it's going to be a lot different this year, to tell you the truth, about LSU football. So once again, you want to comment? Okay, this is what Bo Pelini, what to expect. We're going to play this video for you for all 5 of the networks here. We're going to go ahead and listen to what this is on Hanging with Hester, Devin Hester podcast. Let's go ahead and play that for you. It's about 15 minutes long, so you'll
Bo Pelini, defensive coordinator at LSU. Bo is back in the saddle there as the defensive coordinator. Glad to have him back. Bo, how you doing today?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. Always a pleasure to catch up with you. Before we get into this, many times, Bo, I've sat in this seat and we've talked about the 2007 National Championship team. Yep. And T-Bob Hebert always lets me know that it was him being the 2-time Scout Team Player of the Week, getting that defense ready is the reason we won the championship.
You're welcome, Coach.
There's no question. That's what it was all about. That was the key to the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, does Glenn become Glenn without me repping him every day? I just don't know. There's no way of knowing. We only live in the reality in which we currently occupy. And in that one, 2-time Scout Team Player of the Week. In all seriousness, it was great because I got to watch Coach Pelini every day, and he's an ass kicker, and it's great to have you back, Coach.
It's great to be back, and I got to tell you, like anybody who had to line up against Glenn Dorsey every day, that's no fun. I got to tell you.
No. I mean, I quickly realized it was a little bit different than 2A Christian ball in the state of Georgia. When Glenn immediately on the snap, Glenn's hand would go to my throat, and my short little arms would just be waving in the wind.
Yeah, it happened. To a lot
it was
of people.
because it wasn't like Glenn was one of those practice players that kind of just went through the motions. It was game day every day with him. So.
All right. But I'm sitting here thinking, like, you went from Glenn Dorsey to Ndamukong Suh at Nebraska. You had to be like, well, I'm just going to get one of these guys every single year.
Yeah, no kidding. They're rare, and it's. I mean, fortunately, I mean, we got a couple guys that have that kind of potential on the team right now, and it's everybody's a little bit different. I have a lot of people for a lot of years wanted me to compare, like what's Dorsey compared to Sue, and guys have a lot of guys are just great players within their own right and within their own body and how they do things, and I was fortunate. I was able to coach a lot of great players and have coached a lot of great players, and I think that we have a few more in our defensive line that have that kind of potential.
I agree with you there. And as you come back to LSU, and a lot's been made right there, a 3-4 defense, and now they're going to a 4-3, but they also ran some 4-3 schemes as well, and you had a chance to see that probably on tape. But when you first get here, Bo, and you see the talent that you have, is it almost like you just hit reset and you say, hey, this year's this year, we're going to move forward with the guys. I'm going to allow them to go out there and practice, and we're going to see where they best fit in our defense?
Absolutely. I don't think, I've run 30 fronts and 3-4 stuff over the years. And in the end, you have to kind of do what your players do best. And I mean, it's not about the scheme. It's not about it's about putting your players, giving them the best chance to have success and enable them to do the things that they do best. And in the end, as well as I do, football is about playing harder than the next guy and being more detailed, being on point, and playing as a team. And there's a lot of things that go into that. A lot of the talk of, hey, it's 3-4 and it's 4-3. Football is football. In the end, it's going to be the team that executes the best and plays harder and more physical than the next guy that's going to have the success.
Yeah, and something that helps with all that as well is when you have really good players that will play really hard next to you at a high level. Coach, what's it like inheriting a defense that features Derek Stingley Jr.?
Well, he's one of those guys that, and I think he's a great player. I think he's got a lot of room for growth.
Oh.
I think he's going to keep getting better. I mean, he's a wonderful kid. First of all, I mean, he's a hard worker, and he's not one of these guys that's going to rest on his laurels and say, I've arrived. He comes out to work every day. He practices his butt off. He's a great kid. And I think that he's only scratched the surface of how good he's going to be. He's one of those guys that he has such unusually good ball skills. Mm-hmm. He can play the ball. And let me tell you, that's rare in this day and age because there's a lot of kids. You even watch the guys on Sunday. People struggle playing the football from the defensive back position. And he does it as good as any guy I've seen in a long, long time.
Coach, the memories that I have when we were together at LSU were all of the safeties that you would blitz from multiple places on the football field. But when the Red Sea would part and LaRon Landry would punish a quarterback, those are the memories that stand out when I think Bo Pelini and LSU and that defense. And we know you like to be aggressive, which I love as well. I can see Jacoby Stevens being that guy that can be that versatile player. Do you have plans for Jacoby Stevens right now, or is he that player that you can see doing multiple things in multiple areas?
I mean, I think Jacoby Stevens, first of all, I think the same thing. He's a leader. He's a smart football player. He's versatile. I can't say enough about him. I mean, I think Jacoby's going to be a guy that, I mean, I see him as being able to do so many different things. Yes, blitzing. He can play deep. He can play close to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be a guy that the NFL is just going to. They're going to be standing in line to try to get this guy on their football team because he can do so many different things, and he's tough. He's physical. He's smart. He's got a lot of potential, and I'm excited to work with Jacoby. He fits our system really well.
We're talking to LSU defensive coordinator Bo Pelini back in Baton Rouge once again. And, Coach, when the news broke, so much was made of the kind of stylistic change between Coach Aranda into you. You're a fiery guy, motivating guy. How do you feel the defense responded to that? Like we all talked a lot about it, but in practice out there for spring ball and training, how did the defense take to your style?
I think maybe the first time I kind of walked into the meeting room and addressed them, they were maybe a little taken back because I can tend to get a little bit excited, but I don't think they've seen. Obviously, I'm a little bit different, in practice and in the meeting rooms and such than how I'll be on game day, and I think it'll be a good marriage. I think you got to coach within your personality and I love to compete. I'm not going to really change how I've approached things over the past. Coach Aranda is a little bit more of a cerebral guy. I know Dave, he's a hell of a football coach and has done a great job, but we have different personalities, and his works for him and mine has worked for me over the years. And I think our players will get used to it, and I think they like it so far. But they haven't seen anything yet.
hey, and I've told this story so many times on air, Bo. The best pregame speeches came from Bo Pelini. I can remember me and Flynn sitting there, and we'd get a pregame speech, but we wanted to know. We were ear hustling. What's Bo saying over there to the defense? And once he found out we were doing it, he would get us fired up as well. So, Coach, I might need one of those, this year, first game of the season, when you see me, just come give me a chest slap and let it go.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're saying Coach Croton couldn't get the pregame speeches like that?
I'm just saying that Bo had a certain way to get me and Flynn and Dixon and us riled up, and we always appreciate it.
Very motivating.
Yeah, and that's what I love. Coach, talking about the middle linebackers there, Mike, Will, Sam, we know you're going to have multiple guys in multiple spots, and it's
Yeah, this is from Hanging with Hester. You can follow him on 104.5. That's 104.5 ESPN in Baton Rouge. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Bo Pelini will make this offense a lot better. Even better than before. Sure, Dave Aranda at times allowed gargantuan yards and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, hopefully, by this year, we'll see how the LSU defense responds to the when the first game begins. So, once again, this is from the Advocate in Baton Rouge. You go to the Advocate, hang with Hustler. You can So let's go ahead and go over some more headlines here. All right, let's discuss more stuff on here. Let's do that. Okay, Saints. I'm going to pull this into the screen. Let's see if I can pull this. I don't know why we can't pull it into the screen. It's a low. The screen's a low squidgy. So I have to pull this into the screen so you'll better get it fit into the screen. Okay, there we go. Got everything in the screen. So everything's on your screen again. Saints may not have pressing the need for an offensive tackle. That's what they're talking about in this article. Luke Johnson is the writer of this article. He's with the Advocate, NOLA.com. So I'll be honest with you. Absolutely, we need to have an offensive tackle because, look, sure, we got Ryan Remshak. Sure, we got Teron Ornstead. Yes, absolutely. I take those guys any time of the day, but the truth of the matter is, like, what would happen if these guys get injured again this year? Then you'll be out of an offensive lineman that's going to try to protect Breeze's blind side. So that's what we're concerned about here. So once again, That's what I'm talking about here. If you want to talk about this, you can via Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, and now Sportscaster. We have 8 people in that room, and we have 2 people in that room as well. So we're seeing what y'all doing. So if you want to talk about this, the need for the offensive linemen, I'd say you could chime in. These are the draft history of drafting offensive linemen. Rich Leonard, he was Ricky Leonard. So excuse me, Ricky Leonard, Ryan Renshek, Andres Pete. Yeah, he was in back in 2017. Let's see, Teron Onstead and Charles Brown. That's another guy that we that they picked for offensive tackles for the Saints. So these are your composite top 10s right here. Jedrick Willis, Tristan Wife, if I'm saying it right, Mikael Beeston, Andrew Thomas, Josh Jones, Ezra Cleveland from Boise State, Austin Jackson from USC, Isaiah Boston from Georgia, and Lucas Nigel, if I'm saying his name right, Ning, also Prince Teague Wakaho, if I'm saying it right, from Auburn. That's another guy. So these are your composite 10s right here. So top 10, this is from Todd Boucher, and also Dane Berger, if I'm saying it right, from The Athletic. So once again, this is from NOLA.com. See what else we'll discuss. Sharif O'Neal and more. LSU completes his top 5 recruiting class. So once again, this is from Scott Rabelais. You can reach him at The Advocate. Scott Rabelais always puts out excellent articles with The Advocate at times. So he puts out excellent pieces during this sports layoff. LSU basketball picked up 3 signees on Wednesday. A pair of 4-star prospects and transfers with 5-star last names. They picked up Mawai Wilkinson. He's a 6'6" forward from Las Vegas Goldman High School. He signed a national letter of intent. He's a 6'9" forward. Sharif O'Neal from UCLA. He's another guy. He's a transfer from UCLA. And also Eric Gaines for Lithuania, Georgia. He is a player that they did sign. Sharif O'Neal is the son of Shaquille O'Neal. So if he has that famous name. He played with the Tigers from 89 to 92. His dad, Shaquille O'Neal. So I look at it this way: LSU basketball, Coach Will Wade, and I'm gonna say this: look, they're going to get those 5-star recruits. They're absolutely going to get those 5-star recruits, and also they're going to get those transfers as well that will come in for LSU. Because they feel LSU is it's on back on the winning track right now, and so that's what they're talking about. So I'll be honest with you, that would be a big plus for LSU basketball. So Wilkinson visited LSU on October 4th through 5th. So that's what he did. He had also the Lady Tiger added some transfers as well. Lady Tigers are also getting some stout recruits from different parts of the country. Rihanna Payne from TCU signed with LSU today, so it's a good sign right there. Both basketball programs are going to be on the up and coming with these 5-star and transfer recruits that's coming in. So once again, this is from Scott Rabelais. You can reach him at The Advocate. That's The Advocate in Baton Rouge. Yeah, let's see what else we'll talk about here. And let's see. We just talked about that. Okay, John Bell Edwards. Let's see. John Bell Edwards is okay. John Bell Edwards said if football. Let's get this off the screen. It's always adding stupid ads and stuff like that. I don't like all these ads getting in this TV. So let's see. Pull this in. There we go. Okay, you can see it now. I'm going to adjust it again. Try to make it little. Why we keep pushing the wrong buttons and trying to make sure we get the stream staying in. Because it's hard to do it with this. It's hard to do it with your fingers. So. Okay, John Bell Edwards, I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, John Bell Edwards says, if football returns this fall, fan experience won't be the same. Well, absolutely, most likely won't be in a nutshell. So it most likely won't be the same in the nutshell. I don't know why we keep pushing it. Okay, this is what we're talking about here. Okay, I'm talking about this article. If you want to comment about this article, you think football will be the same, you can comment here on Sportscaster, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. So that's the 5 networks. You can send me your comments. If you think we won't have any football, you think football won't be the same in the coming years, this year in general, you can post your comments. So let's see what else we'll discuss. Okay. So we'll pull this up. Okay, next one we'll talk about here is. Okay, could the Saints uncover a mid to late round gem in a tight end in the draft? I most likely think they're going to do that if it serves well with the. I think it's most likely going to be happen because you got Jared Cook, the tight end with the Saints. You got him, but if you get a tight end, that's going to be a big asset to the Saints team. All systems will go. That's the thing about it. All systems will go. So, this is from Luke Johnson. You can reach him at the, once again, at Tom's Picayune. This was their history right here, draft history. We'll show you their recent draft history. In 2019, they picked up Elias Mack. He was a 7th round pick. Jimmy Graham, 3rd round pick. In 2013, John Gilmore, 6th round pick. Austin Wheatley, 5th round pick, 158th overall. Cam Cleveland, 1998, during the Mike Dichter's years. So, 2nd round, he picked him in the 2nd round, 40th pick overall. So, if they pick in those later rounds with a tight end, I would be in favor of that. I would be in favor of them doing that. So let's see if we got anybody in the other one. In the Facebook, I'm looking right on the Facebook side. So we're looking at it. So this is from once again. This is from these are the tight ends they're going to be considering right here. Number 10 would be Darius Moss, if that would be a good little pick right there. So, once again, this is from Luke Johnson. You can reach him at the Advocate. That's the Advocate. I don't know why Facebook shuts that off. What the hell? So we're back on. Sorry about that, folks. We're back on. Okay, let's get back to what we was talking about here. So we'll talk about some more stuff here. I'm gonna go over some I went from salt to sugar. Cornerback Jarius Jackson does Bleacher Report M&A. That's M&A. M&A is what that says. He participated in that AMA question and answer section. That's what he's was talking about. So I think what these athletes are doing is participating in these question and answer sections with these world-renowned doctors and experts on these health conditions and stuff like that. Because look, it gives them a lot of information to bring back to their families and stuff like that, and in their communities and stuff like that. So I think what Jarius Jenkins is doing is something not new. So this is from the full AMA report. So that's once again, this is from Amy Just. You reach her at the Advocate /Times Picayune, Advocate /Times Picayune at NOLA.com. So, what else we'll discuss? Okay, watch Alvin Kamara react to when he saw Christian McCaffrey's new deal with the Saints. That's what they're talking about during his, a live streaming gaming session on Twitch. Alvin Kamara eye shot his cell phone, so then pause. That's what he talked about. That Christian McCaffrey gets a 4-year deal worth $16 million. Look, I'll be honest with you. Look, you can't be jealous about this. Look, this young man, Christian McCaffrey, put out some excellent numbers last season. And I think, to tell you that, that's production right there. That's absolutely production. Look, he can get mad all he wants. Look, you have to produce. That's one thing you have to do. If you produce, then they're going to pay you what you're worth. I think he's worth it. I think Christian McCaffrey is worth it with the Carolina Panthers. That's $16 million and a 4-year deal. I mean, I know it for a fact. Look, it's going to hurt him, but hopefully he will learn from this. And he will get his... I mean, sure, I'm not taking anything away from Alvin Kamara, what he done with the Saints team. But look, when you got this young man out there outperforming you, you gotta outperform him. That's the thing about it. I mean, I don't really, like I said, I don't really I don't know who this. I don't know who this is. Hold on, let me try to. Okay, we'll be back in just a few minutes. I got to answer a call, so let me switch this over. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, once again, we're sorry. I had to answer a phone call. So, once again, we're back. Um, I'm talking about Alvin Kamara right now. If you want to talk about him, you can via the sportscaster, sportscaster, um, sportscaster, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, all five of the networks. If you want to do that, you can. So we're back on. We get back on line. So once again, I'm gonna say this. Look, if you have significant production in your game, you should like I said, you'll get paid more. So like I said, Alvin Kamara, I know, like I said, it's a godsend. What he got and stuff like that. What Christian McCaffrey got, but the truth of the matter is, look, you have to have production in your game. So once again, this is from Luke Johnson. You can reach Luke Johnson at NOLA.com. It's NOLA.com. Get that up on the screen. So let's see who's in here. I'm looking at you right now. So we're back online. So let's get back to what we're talking about here on our channel. So let's get back to what's going on. See. All right, let's get back. Let's move back in. All right. This is came out on the 14th. Okay. We think this is it. Let's go ahead and go over some technical articles. We're going to go over that right now. We got some new technical articles up. Technical.com with all the sportscaster talent that we have. Isaac Elliman, Grant Flood, and everybody else. So this is Tecmo. Go to Tecmo. Let's see what's going on Tecmo today, and we'll look at it. This is one of them. Came out yesterday. Grant Flood put this out. It's an excellent piece from Grant Flood. You can follow him. He's one of the Grant Flood and Sam Pesto. You can follow them. That's our sports talent here on Sports Talk on Sportscaster. They talk about eSports Center Week 1 results. This is what they're talking about. These are the commentators that did these breakdowns. Grant Flood, he's with all Sports Talk. You can follow them on Sportscaster as well. Also, Sam Pesto is also on Sportscaster as well, just like myself on here as well. This is what we're talking about. Okay, this came out April 11th. This was the eSports Center that's with the NBA 2K20 that you see on TV all the time. So they're talking about it. Also, Madden. Also in the Madden Game 1, it was between Ray Roth and Grant Flood. New England won that game 10-6. That was one of them. So I look at it this way. Look, thank you. Okay. All right, Fox. So this is what we're talking about here. We're talking about the Tecmo articles. These the two guys in it, Ray Roth and Grant Flood. Grant Flood is once again with all Sports Talk. And Ray Roth is with DPN Sports. That's DPN Sports. So these are the guys we're talking about. This is all the results from. Also, we had Game 2 was on April the 12th between Evan Stevens from Jack Off Sports and Isaac Elliman from All Talks, and then Sam Pesto from Pesto Sports. So Isaac Elliman, you can reach Isaac Elliman on all sports talk show, which is on here on the Sportscaster networks. Yep. So Isaac was in this Madden tournament. So also the next one, Sal Venny. He's another guy that's doing good here on these platforms. So he did play the Indianapolis Colts, Carolina Panthers, where Indianapolis won 6-0 in that game. So these tournaments will be every Thursday night, 6:30 Eastern time on Sportscaster. You can go to sportscaster.com. Also, Friday night, the NHL 20. That's every Friday night at 6:30. This is the schedule right here. Also, 2K Saturday, which will be at noon. That'll be 11 o'clock Central Time here in this here in my area. Also, the Sunday Madden doubleheader every Sunday at 1 and 4:30. So noon and 3:30 here in the Central time zone, and also Monday night Madden. That'll be every Monday at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. So here on Sportscaster. So like I said, we got some excellent talent here on Sportscaster. Despite me and all that included. So once again, this is from Tech Mahole. You can go to Tech Mahole. That's techmahole.com. Tech Mahole Sports is with our sportscasters here on this platform that we're on today. So we got some more. Let's see if we got any more Tech Mahole articles we can discuss here. Let's see what else we could discuss. I'm going to go ahead and get some platforms up. Okay, this is what they're talking about. This is from Sal Lopez. This is another one came out from Sal Lopez from Sportscaster. This is all our Sportscaster. Yeah, that's on YouTube. It's not on the networks, on YouTube. You get off of YouTube. Go to Sportscaster. I don't know why he's on YouTube. All right. I don't want to be bothered with that. Okay, let's get back to what we were talking about here. Top 10 college basketball teams most likely to return to the 2021 NCAA tournament if the NCAA tournament hasn't happened. So I say this right now. If they do, you're gonna see. Let's go over some more teams. Miami most likely will be the returning team. If that would have happened, never happened this year. Sportscasting wasn't working for me. I'm not going. Well, I'm going to be on Sportscast. I'm sorry if it doesn't work for you. So I'm sorry. I mean, I'm staying on Sportscast. So okay, next one is the Syracuse Orange. That's another team. Let's see how we're doing on Sportscaster. Let's switch it over to Sportscaster. So I got to switch it. Switch the thing over to Sportscaster. So Isaac's on. So we'll go over some more stuff. I'm on here, so we got 5 people in there, so it's reduced to 5, so it wasn't too bad. So let's see. Two. So wait a second. So, um, Syracuse Orange, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, the Purdue Boilermakers, they will be coming back. The UConn Huskies, that's another team that's most likely going to come back to the NCAA tournament. This is a very interesting piece from Sal Lopez. You can follow him on Sportscaster, Sal Lopez. Arkansas Razorbacks, they're 20-12. That's another team that most likely will turn to the NCAA tournament. The Oklahoma State Cowboys, most likely, and also North Carolina. The North Carolina Tar Heels will return, so that's another reason. Yeah. So once again, this is from Tecmo Hole. Sal Lopez is the writer. Follow Sal Lopez as we have all our sportscaster talent. That's say. Let's see what else we're going to talk about in here in the Tecmo Hole. You don't know who Sal Lopez. Sal Lopez is one of the sportscaster guys that do the play-by-plays on Sportscaster. So, now, well, you want to go back to Sportscaster. Oh. Okay, let's see what else we'll talk about in the tag clouds. I'm going to go over to the tag clouds, see what else we can discuss here. Adam Schefter, let's go over to Adam Schefter. We'll look at some Adam Schefter articles. Okay, this is what they're tagged Adam Schefter. Okay, this is from Ray Roth talking about did Gronk retirement affect Tom Brady's negotiations? Most likely, this is from maybe about 4 months ago. So that's what they're talking about. This is all the articles that they post on here. So once again, you could go to Tecmo Hole. That's Tecmo Hole Sports, sportscaster related talent that we have on this platform. So, okay, let's go over to some headlines on the Twitter side. We'll go over to a couple of Twitter headlines. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Let's get to the Twitters. I'm going to go over some Twitter stuff right now. Let's talk about some stuff on the Twitter feeds. Okay. This is from Louisiana College. Louisiana College. You can follow them at LCFTFB. That's Louisiana College. This is the 2020 schedule for Louisiana College football. They're a perennial D2 school. Let me go ahead and pull this up to the screen and let you see it. I'm going to pull it around here, scroll it so you can see it. Okay, this is their schedule that came out came out real fast. They will take on Stetson University. That'll be on September the 12th. They will take on Southwest Texas University. That's a D3. This is a D3 school right here, Louisiana College up in Pineville, Louisiana. Tecmo Hole is a site that Sportscaster talent uses to put out their articles for Sportscaster side of things. So they will take on Hardin-Simon University, also Howard Payne University. These are schools I never even heard of before. They'll take on Texas Lutheran, Salroy University, also Belhaven University up in Pineville. That'll be the no, I don't have an account. I would have to get an account with Tecmo Hole to do that. I can post my videos on there and stuff like that. So, Also, they'll take on Mary Hardin Baylor. That's a D3 school, McMurray University. Also, East Texas Baptist. That's in Marshall, Texas. That's all the times at Central. That's Coach Drew Maddox, number 8. You can follow Coach Drew Maddox with Louisiana College. Let's see what else we'll talk about here. Okay. Okay. This is another article from Sham Charina, if I'm saying his name right. Jarrell Green, potential number 1 pick. He is bypassing college to sign with the G League. This is the guy. This is from Sham. You can follow him on Stadium. That's with Stadium. Okay, let's see what else we'll discuss. We got a couple of more. We got one more article. Okay. No, shoot. Okay. Full Press Radio Network. They're part of the Sportscaster team as well. Packers podcast will be on there. You can follow them. Okay. Ian Rappaport just put this out 12 minutes ago. Ian Rappaport from he's with NFL. You can follow him at NFL Rap Sheet. The Arizona Cardinals may not take a wide receiver and at number 8 like Kyler Murray did, so most likely it's not going to happen. So that's just the tip of the norm right there. Also, let's go ahead and put this in. You see it on the screen. NBA All Access, my opinion, these guys, since the age limit raised, I think were good enough to be stars. And that's they list those 5 players: Greg Oldham, Kevin Durant, Derrick Rose, Ben Simmons, and also Zion Williamson. He is also on this list. So, okay, this is from Savannah Dean, another sportscaster. Talent. Attention, people. Please stop saying Lamar Jackson is elite. He's this man's talented, has skills, but not elite. That's what he's saying about. I kind of agree with Savannah Dean to tell you the truth, because look, he's going to prove himself to be an elite quarterback. Right now, he's trying to make it in the NFL, and he is going to be an elite quarterback one of these days. So, once again, this is from Savannah Dean. You can follow her at SVA. That's Savannah Dean. You can put name Savannah Dean on sports. That's she's also with Sportscaster as well. So we're all, like I said. Okay, this is from Wrestling Inc. One more article, and then we'll cut it off for today. DDP and MJF signed an autograph of I Am Jericho Cruz. I said Sting was $150. Max says $151. So that's what they're talking about. That's from Wrestling Last Night. So let's see what these new tweets are about. Tulane Baseball. Okay, I see his article. See yours. So I'm looking at. Okay, let's go ahead and go over to this one. Okay, this is from MLB Trade Rumors. MLB Trade Rumors. Union Chief Tony Clark returns to play. This is what they're talking about in this article. This is from Jeff Todd, you can reach him at MLB Rumors. That's MLB Rumors on Twitter. So that is the article we're showing you. So on playing, getting back to baseball and stuff like that. So that's just a um, yep, we're on Twitter. Yep. All right. Once again, let's turn this. Let's shut this down for today. And get this off the screen. Okay. Okay. Once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. We'll be back later on this evening with Sports Time New Orleans Sports Podcast here on Restream. We'll be on every day here, all 5 networks. So you will see me on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch. So that will most likely be on the docket. So once again, please follow me here on Sportscaster with at Talk Kerry. That's Talk TETALK. That's TALK underscore KERRY. Also, you can follow me on Tumblr. It's down below on your screen. That's where you can see it. If so, once again, everybody have a good rest of your Thursday afternoon, and we will be back later on with Sports Time New Orleans here on Restream. So everybody have a good rest of your Thursday afternoon, and we'll see you